We were sitting in the same place. Nothing really felt wrong. You were quiet like always. I just thought you were tired. There was space in your silence, but I didn't look too deep. I kept everything simple, like it didn't mean a thing. I remember how you smiled, but it didn't stay that long. Like a moment passing through me that I didn't question at all. There was something in the distance I could almost understand, but I let it fade away before it reached my hand. Maybe I just didn't see it. Maybe I didn't want to know. I thought we were fine, like nothing had changed. Just a quiet kind of feeling that would always stay the same. Yeah, I'd feel soft in the moment, like it's always been this way. I didn't think about losing what was already slipping away. You were looking out the window more than you looked at me, but I told myself it's nothing, just the way you tend to be. I didn't ask you questions, I didn't slow it down. I just stayed inside the moment while something faded out. There was distance in your breathing, there was weight I couldn't name, but I didn't try to follow, I just stayed inside the same. And the more I think about it, the more it feels unclear, like I missed something important when you were still right here. I thought we were fine, but something moved away, like a shadow in the silence. I didn't see it change, still stayed soft in kamoshi, like it didn't need to speak. I was holding on to something that was already leaving me. You were right beside me, but already gone. Maybe I was too comfortable with the way things used to be, thinking if I didn't touch it, it would stay the same for me. But the quiet wasn't empty, it was telling me the truth. I just didn't want to hear it, so I never followed through. It's not something I can change now, it's not something I can see. Just a moment I remember when you were still with me. I thought we were fine, and maybe that was true, just not in the way I believed, just not the way I knew. Yeah, it comes a little clearer when I sit inside the night. I wasn't losing everything, I just wasn't holding tight. sitting there together, nothing really felt off. Just another quiet evening like the ones we always had. You were looking at me softly, like you wanted me to stay. But I didn't think much of it, I just let it pass away. There was something in the silence, but I didn't try to see. I was comfortable in nothing, like it didn't mean a thing. Every moment felt familiar, nothing asking me to move. I was standing in the same place, never thinking what I'd lose. I didn't notice anything, I didn't feel it change. I didn't think much, I didn't let it stay. Just another passing moment that would fade away. Yeah, I'd never really settled, I just let it drift through. I didn't see you leaving, even when you already knew. You were quieter than usual, but I thought that's just your way. I didn't ask you questions, I didn't think to make you stay. There was distance in the moment, but I didn't call it out. I was used to all the silence, so I never had a doubt. Every pause felt normal, every second felt the same. I was moving through the evening without thinking it could change. And I never stopped to wonder what was slipping through my hands. I just stayed inside the moment like it didn't need a plan. I didn't think much, and I didn't try. Like the quiet didn't matter, like it wouldn't pass me by. Still stayed still in Kamoshi, but I never looked inside. There was something in the silence that I chose to let slide. It was right there, I just didn't see. Maybe I was too comfortable with the way things always were, thinking nothing really changes when it feels this familiar. But the more I think about it, the less it feels the same. Like the moment I ignored was the moment that you changed. I wasn't trying to lose you, I just didn't understand that the quiet I was holding was already slipping from my hands. I didn't think much, but I see it now. Not a moment I can return to, just a feeling I allow. Yeah, it comes a little clearer when I sit inside the night. I didn't know you were leaving, even when it felt right. Like there's something in the silence that I don't know how to name. You don't look at me the way you used to before. Just a quiet kind of distance I can't ignore. I keep trying not to notice, like it's all inside my head. But the space between the moments feels a little different instead. There's a pause in every sentence. There's a weight I can't define. Not enough to call it something, but it's crossing through my mind. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Maybe it's not real. Why do you feel so far when you're still right here? Like I'm talking to your shadow, not the one I knew was near. Yachts stay soft in the silence, but it doesn't feel the same. There's a quiet kind of distance I don't know how to name. Answering in pieces, like you're somewhere else inside. I can feel it in the pauses, in the way you let things slide. I don't wanna make it bigger, I don't wanna ask too much, but the way you hold the moment feels like you don't feel it much. There was something in your breathing that I used to understand. Now it feels a little different, like it's slipping through my hands. And I don't know how to stop it, or if it's already gone. I'm just sitting in the silence, trying to hold on. Why do you feel so far, even when you stay? Like the space between our voices keeps pulling you away. To move slow in kamoshi, but it's not the same as before. There's a quiet kind of distance I can't ignore. Are you still here, or already gone? Maybe I was always feeling something I couldn't say, trying not to look too closely so it wouldn't slip away. But the more I sit inside it, the more it starts to show that the quiet isn't empty, it's just something I don't know. It's not breaking me apart, it's not something I can fight. Just a quiet kind of distance growing slowly every night. Why do you feel so far when I'm right next to you? Like I'm holding on to something that I'm slowly losing through. Yeah, it comes a little clearer when I sit inside the night. I don't know what's changing, but I know it doesn't feel right. But I know it doesn't feel right. Nothing really changed to me, just the way it's always been. Same quiet conversations, same space we're sitting in. You've been looking at me different, but I don't know what you mean. Everything feels normal, like it's always seemed. There's no reason to question it, no reason to slow down. Just another evening passing, nothing turning upside down. I don't feel the distance that you're trying to describe. I'm just sitting in the moment, letting everything pass by. Maybe I don't see it the way you do. It feels the same to me, like nothing really moved. Just a quiet kind of moment that I'm going through. Yeah, it never really settles, I just let it pass. I don't think about the silence, I just let it last. You're asking softer questions, like you're trying to find a sign. But I don't have an answer, there's nothing on my mind. I don't try to read between things, I don't try to understand. Everything is simple, just the way I planned. Every pause feels normal, every second feels the same. I'm not searching for a meaning, I'm not playing any game. And I don't feel the tension that you're holding in your chest. I'm just staying where I'm standing, thinking everything's at rest. It feels the same to me, even when you say it's not. Like I'm missing something simple, but I don't know what. Dill stays still in Kamoshi, like it always did before. I don't see what's changing, I don't feel it anymore. Maybe I don't notice, maybe I don't try. Maybe I've been sitting in it without ever looking close, thinking if it feels familiar, then there's nothing left to know. But the way you keep on asking makes me feel like something's wrong, even though I don't feel it, like I've known it all along. I'm not trying to ignore it, I just don't know what to say. Everything feels normal in a quiet kind of way. It feels the same to me, but maybe I'm not right. Like there's something in the silence I don't see in plain sight. Yeah, it comes a little faintly, then it fades again. I don't think I ever held it the way you did back then.
You don't say it out loud, but I
I can feel it change in the way you hold the silence, like it doesn't stay the same. There's a distance in your breathing, there's a pause before you speak, like you're somewhere else already, even when you're next to me. I keep trying not to see it, like it's all inside my mind, but the space between the moments feels too real to be denied. There's a shift in every second, something slowly pulling through. Not enough to break the moment, but enough to lose you. I don't need you to say it, I can feel it in the air. I feel you leaving, even when you stay, like your heart is somewhere else now, drifting further away. Yacht moves soft in the silence, but it doesn't feel the same. There's a quiet kind of ending hiding underneath your name. You don't look at me the same, like you're already gone. Just a shadow of a moment, I'm still holding on. I don't wanna make it real, I don't wanna ask you why, but the truth is in the silence. Every time you don't reply, every word feels thinner, every second feels long, like I'm standing in a moment where I don't belong. And I don't know how to stop it or if it's already done. I'm just watching something fading while I'm still holding on. I feel you leaving, even when you stay, like I'm holding on to something already slipping away. Still won't stay in Kamoshi like it used to before. There's a quiet kind of distance I can't ignore. Just tell me or don't, I already know. Maybe I was always feeling what I didn't wanna see, trying not to look too closely so it wouldn't leave me. But the more I sit inside it, the more it starts to show that the moment I'm holding is already letting go. It's not breaking all at once, it's not something loud or clear, just a quiet kind of leaving happening right here. I feel you leaving, and I'm still here. Not a word I need to hear, just the truth that's already clear. Yeah, it comes a little deeper when I sit inside the night. I was never losing slowly, I was losing you this whole time.
You've been asking different questions, like there's something I should say, but I don't really see it, just another kind of day. There's no reason to explain it, nothing really feels off. Just the same quiet moments like we never lost. I don't think about the silence, I don't feel it change. Everything feels familiar, nothing out of place. You keep looking for meaning, but I don't know what you mean. I'm just sitting in the moment like I've always been. Maybe I don't notice, maybe I don't try. It's probably nothing, just the way it goes. Not a thing I need to fix, not a thing I need to know. Yeah, it never really settles, I just let it pass. I don't think about the silence, I just let it last. You're saying something's changing, but I don't feel it move. I don't see what you're holding, I don't see what I could lose. I don't try to look too deeply, I don't try to understand. Everything is simple, just the way I planned. Every moment feels the same, every second feels light. I'm not searching for a reason, I'm not trying to fight. And I don't feel the distance that you're talking about. I'm just staying where I'm standing without any doubt. It's probably nothing, even if you say it's not. Like I'm missing something simple, but I don't know what. They'll stay still in calm or sheet, like it always did before. I don't see what's changing, I don't feel it anymore. Maybe I'm just different, maybe I don't see. Maybe I've been sitting in it without ever looking close, thinking if it feels familiar, then there's nothing left to know. But the way you keep on asking makes me feel like something's wrong, even though I don't feel it, like I've known it all along. I'm not trying to ignore it, I just don't know what to say. Everything feels normal in a quiet kind of way. It's probably nothing, but I'll think about it now. Not a thing I really noticed, but it's different somehow. Yeah, it comes a little faintly, then it fades again. I don't think I ever held it the way you did back then.
I've been sitting in the silence, trying not to let it show. Like if I don't move too quickly, it won't have to let me go. But the space is getting heavier every time I stay. like I'm holding on to something already fading away. I kept telling myself it's nothing, just a phase that we go through. But the quiet keeps repeating everything I try to undo. There's a truth inside the moment I don't wanna face, but it's standing right beside me every time I stay in place. I don't need you to say it, I can feel enough. I can't stay like this in a space that's breaking slow, like I'm holding on to silence that already let me go. Yeah, it feels heavier now than it used to before. Not enough to make me stay, but enough to know there's more. Still sitting right beside me, but it doesn't feel the same. Like I'm speaking to a shadow that forgot my name. I don't wanna make it louder, I don't wanna make it real, but the quiet keeps reminding me of everything I feel. Every second feels longer, every word feels thin, like I'm standing in a moment that I can't stay in. And I don't know how to fix it, or if it's already done. I just know this kind of silence isn't something I can hold on to. I can't stay like this, even if I wanna try. Like I'm losing something slowly every time I let it slide. Still won't rest in kamoshi like it used to before. There's a quiet kind of ending I can't ignore. I stay too long in something already gone. Maybe I was always waiting for a moment that won't come, thinking if I stayed a little longer we'd become what we once were. But the more I sit inside it, the more it starts to show that the thing I'm trying to hold is already letting go. It's not something I can fix now, it's not something I can save, just a quiet kind of ending that I don't wanna stay. I can't stay like this, and I finally understand. Not a moment I can follow, just something I can't pretend. Yeah, it comes without asking, then it settles in my mind. I was never meant to stay here, just to leave it behind.
You stop saying things to me the way you used to do, And I didn't think about it like it meant something to you. There was space inside the silence, but I let it stay that way. Never thought it had a meaning, I just let it pass away. I remember how you looked at me like you wanted me to see, but I never tried to follow what was underneath. I thought everything was simple, like it always used to be. I didn't think your silence was asking something from me. Now I'm thinking about it in a way I didn't before. Was it that serious when you tried to speak? Like a moment I ignored that was breaking underneath. Yeah, it comes a little clearer when I sit here alone. Not enough to understand it, but enough to feel I was wrong. I keep going through the moments, trying to see what I missed. Every pause feels different now, like there's something in it. You were asking without words, and I never tried to hear. I was standing right beside you, but I wasn't really there. Every second feels heavier when I think about it now, like I missed something simple, I don't know how. And I don't know how to fix it, or if it's already gone. I'm just sitting in the silence, trying to figure out what went wrong. Was it that serious, and I just let it slide? Like the quiet held a meaning I refuse to recognize. Still move slow in Kamoshi, but it's not the same as before. There's a quiet kind of tension I can't ignore. You try to show me I didn't see. Maybe I was too comfortable with the way things always felt, thinking nothing really changes if I leave it to itself. But the more I sit inside it, the more it starts to show that the moment I ignored was the moment you let go. It's not loud enough to break me, but it's something I can't hide. Just a quiet kind of question sitting heavy in my mind. Was it that serious? And I'm just seeing now, not a moment I can change, just something I allow. Yeah, it comes without warning, then it stays a little more. Not enough to bring you back, but enough to feel the door.
was already gone, like a moment I remember, but I stayed too long. There was nothing left between us that I didn't try to keep, but the quiet kept repeating what I didn't wanna see. I kept hoping it would change if I stayed a little more, but the space between our voices was already closing doors. There was nothing I could fix now, nothing I could say, just a feeling fading slowly every single day. I don't need to ask you, I already know. I'll let you go, even if it hurts. Not a thing I didn't feel, just something that didn't work. Yacht stays quiet in the silence, like it knows where to be. Not a part I need to carry, just something that was me. You were sitting right beside me, but I felt you drift away. And I tried to hold the moment, but it wouldn't stay. I don't blame you for the distance, I don't blame myself. Sometimes things just fade without becoming something else. Every second feels lighter when I stop holding on, like I'm finally understanding what was already gone. And the space that used to scare me doesn't feel unclear. It's just part of something quiet that I leave right here. I'll let you go, and I won't ask why. Not a story I can follow, just a moment passing by. Till rest soft and kamoshi, like it's finally at peace. There's a quiet kind of ending that doesn't need release. I stayed long enough to know I have to leave. Maybe I was always trying to hold something too thin, thinking if I stayed inside it, it would let me in. But the more I try to keep it, the more it slipped away. And the silence kept reminding me it was never meant to stay. It's not something I regret now, it's not something I erase, just a quiet kind of memory finding its own place. I'll let you go, and I understand. Not a thing I didn't feel, just something I can't hold in my
I tried to call your number, but it didn't go through. Just a quiet kind of silence where I thought I'd hear you. I stayed there for a moment with your name on my mind, but the space felt unfamiliar, like I was out of time. I remember how you looked at me when you tried to speak, and I never really listened. I just let it drift too deep. There was something in your silence I was meant to understand, but I never tried to hold it. I just let it leave my hands. Now I see it clearly in a way I didn't before. Now I see it, but it's already gone. Like a moment I was holding, but I held it wrong. Yeah, it comes a little deeper when I sit here alone. Not enough to bring you back, but enough to know. There were words you almost told me, but I never let them land. I was standing in the moment, but I didn't understand. I kept everything so simple, like it didn't need to grow. But the quiet had a meaning I refused to know. Every second feels different when I think about it now. Like I missed something simple, I don't know how. And I don't know how to fix it, or if it's already done. I'm just sitting in the silence where I lost someone. Now I see it, and I feel it in my chest. Like a moment left unfinished that won't fully rest. Still move slow in kamoshi, but it doesn't feel like peace. There's a quiet kind of ending I can't release. You tried to show me I didn't see. Maybe I was always waiting for a moment I'd understand, thinking if I stayed inside it, it would somehow go as planned. But the moment didn't wait me, and I never made it stay. Now the space I'm sitting in feels a little far away. It's not something I can change now, it's not something I can fix. Just a quiet kind of ending that I'm learning how to sit with. Now I see it, and I understand. Not a moment I can return to, just something in my hands. Yeah, it comes without asking, then it settles in my mind. Not enough to bring you back, but enough to feel the time.
I woke up to a quiet morning, nothing heavy in the morning chest, just a gentle kind of silence that feels different from the rest. There's a space where you once stayed, but it doesn't pull me in. It just sits there like a memory that I don't live in. I remember how it felt before, when I couldn't let it go. But the weight I used to carry doesn't feel the same anymore. There's a softness in the distance, like it's finally letting me be. Not something I'm holding on to, just something I can leave. I didn't force it, it just came this way. I'm finally okay, not because it disappeared, but the way I hold the memory doesn't feel the same as here. Yacht comes softly sometimes, but it doesn't stay too long. Just a quiet kind of echo that doesn't feel wrong. I can sit inside the silence without asking what it means. There's no need to chase the feeling or go back to in-betweens. Everything feels lighter now, in a way I didn't know. Like I'm standing in a moment where I don't have to hold. There were things I didn't understand, but I don't need to now. They just fade into the distance without asking me how. And the space I used to question doesn't feel unclear. It's just part of where I've been, not something I keep near. I'm finally okay, and I don't need to try. Not a story I'm continuing, just a moment passing by. Still rests soft in Kamoshi, like it found a place to stay. Not in something I was holding, just in letting it drift away. I didn't lose it, I just moved through. Maybe this is how it settles, not a change you really see, just a quiet kind of shifting into what it needs to be. And the things I didn't finish don't feel heavy anymore. They just sit inside the silence, like they've always been before. It's not something I'm forgetting, it's not something I erase, just a part of where I've been, just something that I am. Yeah, it comes without asking, then it fades into the light. Not enough to pull me back, just enough to feel it right.
The night feels a little longer than it used to before, like the silence holds a space that I can't ignore. I thought time would move me forward like it always does, but I'm still standing in the moment where I lost us. There's a quiet in the distance that I didn't feel before. Now it lingers in the background like an open door. I don't try to close it, I don't try to stay. I just sit inside the silence and let it remain. You moved on and I stayed. I'm still here, in a way you're not. Like a moment I remember that you already forgot. Yeah, it comes a little deeper when the night is slow. Not enough to bring you back, but enough to know. I can see it clearer now, everything you tried to say, but the words I never heard never found their way. I don't blame you for leaving, I don't blame the time. I was standing in the silence, thinking it was fine. Every second feels softer, but it doesn't feel light. Like I'm learning how to sit with what I didn't get right. And I don't try to change it, I don't try to fix. I just let the quiet stay like it is. I'm still here, but it's not the same. Like I'm holding on to something without a name. They'll move slow in kamoshi, but it doesn't find a place. There's a quiet kind of ending I can't replace. You let go, I stay. Maybe this is how it ends, not with something loud or clear, just a quiet kind of distance that leaves someone here. And I know I can't go back, and I know you won't return, but the space you left behind is something I still learn. It's not something I can carry, it's not something I erase, just a quiet kind of memory I don't replace. I'm still here, and I understand. Not a moment I can follow, just something in my hands. Yeah, it comes without warning, then it fades again, like a quiet kind of ending. I can't pretend